Okay, it's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Thanks for joining me on what is a very special beer review for me today. It's Beer Review 2000. Believe it or not, 2000 beer reviews on YouTube. Can you believe it? It's taken over 5 years. It's been a lot of blood, sweat and tears, lots of beer drinking, lots of friend making, and well, just lots of enjoyment really. It's been a great 5 years. Today I would like to say a massive thank you to our channel sponsors, beersofeurope.co.uk. They've sent us something very, very special. It's a bottle of Thomas Hardy's Ale from March 1974. There you go. So the beer is 40 years old. It's bottle number 3586 and it was brewed by Eldridge Pope and Company Limited. The beer was first produced in 1968. Thomas Hardy's Ale is a barley wine produced just once yearly with annual vintages in limited quantities, should I say. It quickly became an iconic among beer and took on legendary status due to its sudden disappearance. Thomas Hardy was Dorset's most famous writer, and he mentions this beer in one of his famous books, The Trumpet Major, in 1880, in which he describes the beer as it was of the most beautiful colour that the eye of an artist in beer could desire, full in body yet brisk as a volcano, yet without a twang. It was luminous as an autumn sunset, free from streakiness of taste, but finally rather heady. So, why such euphoria really? Why such a fuss over this beer? Well, each day worldwide tens or even hundreds of thousands of bottles of various beers are produced. Yet Thomas Hardy's was unique, a real proper icon of beer drinking, almost a cult object. The beer was created way back in 1968, so this bottle is only 6 years old, with one clear intention: to commemorate the 40th anniversary of the death of the brilliant writer Thomas Hardy, author of Tess of the D'Urbervilles and other important novels. In an equally famous tale, The Trumpet Major, Hardy spoke of a strong Dorchester beer, defining it as the most beautiful colour an artist could possibly desire, as bright as an autumn sunset. Thomas Hardy's ale became quickly famous. The quality of the product combined with its exclusivity was an explosive mix. The individual years soon became the object of vertical tastings like those held for important Bordeaux wines, and prices went sky high. However, producing Thomas Hardy's was very expensive, and making it meant sacrificing time and means for beer intentionally produced in limited quantities. In 1999, Eldridge Pope ceased production, and for the first time, Thomas Hardy's appeared to have been confined to memory or auctions. Its disappearance, however, further reinforced its fame, and lovers of this stylish leader of barley wines called for its return. Let's get this beer out into a glass then and see what we get. Right, I was just about to get it out, but I want to show you just the beer itself in the bottle. Nice little tag, lovely foil crown to the beer, and on the back, look at this. Now I can't make out what this says. I'm just gonna let you guys maybe fill in that black gap there. What was said there? Okay. Again, thank you to our channel sponsors, beersofeurope.co.uk. I'm really kind of privileged to be able to do a review of this beer. It's in a small, it looks like a 250 milliliter bottle. There's actually, look at this, before I get it open, there's a little speck, can you see that? Where is it? There. Can you see that there in the bottle? There. I wonder what that is floating there in the beer. It's 10% ABV, this barley wine. Oh, let's get it open. Let's do it, shall we? Oh, blimey, that was really stuck on. I thought that the bottle was going to break. There's the inside there. It's a little bit black. And I'm going to give it a very rigorous pour. I want to see if we can develop a head of a 40-year-old beer. A little head. So, here's the beer. That is what a 40-year-old beer looks like, everyone. A lovely autumn sunset of a beer, as Thomas Hardy mentioned, as he wanted it from his book, The Trumpet Major. It's quite clear. Let's get the aroma. And my goodness me, it's a barley wine. It smells good. Loads of big sticky toffee, licorice, malts, chewy sticky toffee, a kick of alcohol. I am so excited now. It's time to get into it. Cheers, everyone. It's okay. It's more than okay. It's so fruity. It's if you could smell vintage, this is what it would smell like. This is vintage. It's just tastes like a beer that's been left in a cellar for 40 years. That is exactly how it tastes. There's some licorice, there's some toffee, there's some lovely biscuit malts, there's a lovely luxurious mouthfeel. It's a kick of alcohol. I couldn't have picked a better beer for Beer Review 2000. It's a landmark for me. It's a landmark for this beer. It's 40 years old. I feel privileged, but at the same time I'm full of joy. I'm full of joy that this beer is absolutely fine. I've got a warming sensation in my stomach. Look at the oxidization on the glass. Can you see the little bits? If let me get this beer as close as I can. Look at them little bubbles that are forming on the side of the glass. It's as if the yeast that was in the bottle is thinking, my goodness me, oxygen. The first time oxygen in 40 years. And the CO2 that is on the top of the bottle when the beer's full is what has kept this beer alive and well and punchingly good. That is what has done it. Beer gripped me from an early age. It's magical, it's exciting, and I could talk about it with my friends forever. Beer will always have a special place in my heart. And to get to this stage of my reviewing career, just, how do I feel after Beer Review 2000? I feel like after this beer, I feel like it's kind of, it's give me the confidence, the intrigue to carry on, to get to the next 1,000, to get to 3,000, to 4,000, and just see where this goes. This is one of the most remarkable beers I have ever drunk in my life, if not the most remarkable beer. It's so luxurious. This hints of raisin, this hint, a tiny hint of butterscotch, but that is not from the, no hint of diacetyl in this beer whatsoever. It's warming, there's a little bit of chocolate, loads of big malty flavours. It's got a vinous tone, it's kind of, it's almost matured into, it's got a bit of kind of Brett, a little bit of kind of funkiness going on with it. It's a little bit of kind of horse blanket in there. I feel like this beer, if there's any left, I feel like that this beer could just be aged forever. It would never go off. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. Thank you for following me, guys, from the very start to now. I hope we continue on this journey for many years to come. Now I suppose what I would like to say at this stage is, where do I imagine this going, this channel? I imagine at this stage, or going forward, that we become more mobile, that we carry on growing subscriber base. That's my ultimate goal, is to grow the subscriber base, so we can then start recording and uploading on the road and visiting breweries, and then the channel kind of becomes self-sustainable, where at the moment finance is kind of holding it back. But I imagine at one stage, it might take another 5-10 years, I don't know, we might be able to leave this kitchen. It'll always kind of be here, but we'll be able to kind of leave and visit more breweries and be on site and record more important interviews and visit historic places, historic breweries, travel the world, because the internet allows for it. That's where I imagine it going. I'd like to think we could. I'd like to think we could do that. So yeah, thank you for 2000, thank you for following me, thanks for helping me grow this channel. It has been a challenge, but I'm determined to make a beer channel. A lot of people say it's impossible to do it, to be a self-sustaining business, but I don't know. With you guys on my side, I'm pretty sure we can do this. We can make a little business out of it. I don't want to become a millionaire. I don't want that at all. I want to be able to kind of make a little YouTube channel where we can kind of travel the world and visit breweries. So that's where we've been, that's where we're going. This is the beer we drank. It's a landmark beer. I can't put into words how important it is. There is one picture I want to show you. I printed it off. This is what the Eldridge Pope Brewery looked like. There you go. Before it sadly shut down in 2003. What a magnificent place. I imagine the brewery's still there in its kind of residential form, I imagine, if I was to guess. But yeah, what a fantastic beer. Thomas Hardy's ale. I love that on the back. Oh, look at that. That's yeast. It's kind of, yeah, it's a bit of yeast there. I know I've gone on too long. I know it's been a very long beer review, but I don't feel like I want to switch the camera off. I feel like I just want to stand and drink this with you guys and just be social. Be social. But I gotta rate it. First of all, let me say thank you to beersofeurope.co.uk. They're a fantastic channel sponsor. We've been working with Beers of Europe for 16 months now. It's been quite a long time. I've built up a lovely relationship with the people down there in Norfolk. I've never met them. I'd like to meet them. I'd like to go to their shop. Again, finances restrict that. But yeah, they send every month. We grow. Check out the playlist, Beers of Europe playlist. I can more or less choose any beer I want to review, and they'll send it down to me. They're a great little company. Check them out, beersofeurope.co.uk. But rating them for Thomas Hardy's Ale. How can I not give this beer a 10 out of 10? I couldn't. I could not give this beer a 10 out of 10. It's 40 years old and it's drinking like one of the best barley wines I've ever tasted in my life. It's like a funky bread barley wine. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for following me. Thank you for everything. I hope you stay along. I hope you stay along for the ride. It's going to be interesting. We've got some projects coming up in Poland. We're going to be brewing with Gloucester Brewery on the 21st of April. Barry Island IPA is still on the supermarket shelves. It's still doing well after 18 months on the supermarket shelf. 2 years on the supermarket shelves. Brilliant, yeah. Thanks to all the people I've brewed with. Thanks for all the invites. Thank you for the people who kind of come up to me in beer festivals and say, hey, you're the Real Ale guy, let's have a beer, and we stand and have a beer. Thank you to all you guys. Yeah, and thank you to my family for supporting me in what I've chosen to do. Put your comments in the comments box. Please subscribe to our daily beer reviews, and cheers.